Now it is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay. So welcome you all for the today's seminar, and the topic it is on precision farming and smart agriculture. Though it's a very synonymous term and a very old term, because from graduation first year, all have studied that is precision farming and smart agriculture. It has been so much a boom, but still it is very new, novel, and distinct concept because it requires the judicious use of resources in any form, like fertilizer application, insecticide spray, micronutrient spray, dealing of technologies in the unit farm area, and how it modifies or you can say influence the production and productivity of a particular farm or a, a good piece of land or area, and with minimum labor force, you may say man force. So precision farming and smart agriculture, later on slides are there, but I want to keep a little bit rational here. I want to create a scope or background that you, those farming and agriculture, but two distinct words, precision and smart. Those are very familiar to you. Someone says, be precise, right? Be precise. Don't move or hitting around the bush. Be precise in your answer. Be precise in your behavior. Be precise. Be specific in your activity, right? This is the same thing we are trying to inculcate and adopt technologies, which is very precise on that particular crop, on that particular root zone area, on that particular canopy area. And by taking this precision and the technology, which is smartly delivers, and how it affects the production and productivity potential of a particular variety, particular crop, we will see in that. And why is it necessary and need of the day? So here we begin. See, precision agriculture. Precision agriculture leverages technology to monitor and manage field variability, optimizing inputs like water and fertilizer to boost crop yield and reduce environmental impact. The rationale I have given, the same it has been reflected here. So I don't think it is much to explain here, because is in beginning only I have said some points which are so much familiar to it, and nowadays you can see here and around that all wants to do very good, not so much activity, but handful activity with maximum output. You can say in any field, in business, in confectionery shop, anything. So agriculture is also one of the area where resources has to be judiciously used and optimization, because the resources we have, they are non-renewable. If we not conserve the resources, then it will definitely will become scarce and not so in good quantity for the future generations. And later on, the productivity potential will be go down, and uh, as the population rises at exponential rate, we have to meet the hunger index, hunger population, which are also rising. So we have to meet. It will not be possible by adopting these technologies. And precision agriculture and the smart. But you can see here, there in 1890, Alfred Deakin, it is not, he has defined the smart agriculture is that it is not the quantity of water. It has said somewhere in 1890 that it is not the quantity of water applied to a crop, it is the quantity of intelligence applied which determines the result. There is more due to the intelligence than water in every case. So you can see that it is almost a century back, almost a 2 century back, 1.5 century back. And you know that if we flooded the water in the field, it doesn't mean that the crop will flourish very nicely, very otherwise it will create a waterlogged condition, waterlogged situation, and the crop may die also because the waterlogged situation is there. There is no place for respiration for the root zone because of hypoxia, no oxygen transportation or no oxygen availability in the atmosphere of the soil. The root decay, roots get rot, and you can say the good example is that papaya cultivation, chili cultivation in chili crop. Waterlogged condition is there for 1 to 3 hours. Definitely the crop literally goes down. Fatal condition appears, and the mortality rate is the mortality can be seen in the papaya and the chili crop. So and many other crops may not die, but the quality of the production and the quality of the produce and the crop performance drastically reduces. So you can see that that person 1.5 century ago he has mentioned that what is smartness, how to use it, and that is where that we can apply it. Next slide. So you know that how it is the population is growing exponentially. Here is the data shared by Statista, and we can see that in the population in the 2017, what was the condition and how many on the data they have collected and the survey they have done, and on that survey, maximum data sets has been decided, and on that data sets, they have a prediction in 2050 what will be the population of some densely populated countries. And you can see that India, China, United States, how they are rising and what is the condition or what will be the condition. So this is so much important that we have to meet the production potential, and we have to increase our production potential of the food crops, horticulture crops, so may they meet the growth of the population. Now you have all heard about green revolution, and green revolution, it was meant for to meet the satisfy the stomach of the population, because you also know that after just independence we were very much short of resources, our production of crops were very low, population was also rising at that time, we were not able to meet the or give the population food grains of both kinds. That time you also heard that Shri Lal Bahadur Shastri, the then Prime Minister of India, has urged or requested the population of the public India that keep keep one time fasting, because he knows he will not do that. That the need of the population was not able to. So we have not so much the production potential now. Below poverty people at present we are having the very good resources of food production and very access that we are giving below poverty line so much ration free of cost. There is no big deal, but that time it was a very tough situation, because at present war was also there. The army personals, those are fighting at the border, they also need food. How to maintain, how to balance that? Now, for that thing, green revolution has taken place. Now we have satisfied. So we have ample amount of food grains. We have a buffer stock, and now technology. Now it has been shifted to technology revolution. What is technology revolution? Technology revolution is that now everywhere the man problem is there. Labor force, man days are not available. Previously, labor was there. It was easy to govern the farming operations, tractor operations, and other co-curricular or you can say processing activities, other field crops. But nowadays, lack or devoid of labor, it is not possible to continue so much vast agriculture activities. But the technology has turned around. But the thing is that it is not so beneficial at small piece of land. If you have large piece of land, like you can go for the Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and in north you can go for Punjab, Haryana. Gujarat is also there. You can say there the sorry, there you can say groundnut production and seed spices in Rajasthan. They have very large field area, so mechanization can be incorporated and it is cheaper because no labor force is there, and they can do with technology. They can do the sowing, irrigation, fertilizer application, or you may say fertigation, and harvesting, threshing, and it can be done packaging also. Later slides we will see. But green revolution has increased our availability of food resources, but we have to go for the quality production. Now, quantity is not so much prior importance. Now, everyone is looking for quality. So, if we adopt technology revolution, what kind of changes are there? Lesser impact on environment, lesser impact on environment, because after harvesting of paddy, you may have seen that stubble is remaining in the field. So people try to burn the stubble. The Delhi, Punjab area, you know that stubble burning is a so much issue that it becomes a national importance. And if they burn that, the cloud smoke creates and which pollutes the air of the Delhi, New Delhi, and capital territory also. So it's such a big issue. But if we apply uh, bioinoculant or some IRA New Delhi has developed some inoculants that if we spray that formulation, we can convert it into manure, that is brown manuring, or we can flood it with water, because the time period between harvesting of paddy and the sowing of wheat is very small window. So this can be taken it as this technology, adopting this technology, that pollution problem can be addressed. At the same time, the other side of the coin, we can say see that the stubble which was looking as a waste material can be turned into manure, which in turn in contributes in a lesser input cost production. Why? Because if we apply that spray, that formulation, bioinoculant formulation, then it neutralizes and ferments that stubble and it brown manure in the field. Definitely, the fertilizer we have to apply, it will be lesser amount. So reduction in wastage and losses by 50%. It has been reported. It has been done. If we adopt technology revolution by Food and Agriculture Organization, that they have found that the wastage and losses reduction can be goes up to 50%, much much lower. So, or if we reduce the wastage and losses, definitely our benefit will increase, because if wastage is reduced, then it will be it added on the production side and double the agriculture production by 2050. This is the technology revolution. But if these are the results, and these results are which are seen as the smart agriculture. Smart agriculture is that we have to reduce the wastage by 50% or more than that. We have to adopt the technology which is eco-friendly, and at the same time we have to increase the production, which can be adopted, or which can be catch, which can be we can achieve, which we can achieve. Let's we go to next slide. So why it is necessary? for precision farming and smart agriculture. These are the reasons. Here we can say land degradation is there, depletion of water resources there, and water pollution because of leaching. And that water is not good for farming, any kind of activities. Labor cost is so high that it will increase the cost of cultivation, which will not fetch good prices to the farmers, benefits to the farmers. If anything, any kind of business, any farming does not fetches benefits or good price, good returns, nobody going to continue in or going to stop. So this is the cost. If labor cost is so much high, how they will go on? And these things are in our hand, like land degradation, depletion of water resources, water pollution. If we become awareness, aware the people, then these things can be addressed. Labor cost by adopting technology revolution, mechanization in our field, where there are small fields, small land holding, cooperative farming can be done. Group of farmers can group make a cooperation, a cooperative, and do the area will be much in larger area, larger land holding, and mechanization can easily be incorporated in that particular area. But climate change is not in our hand. So this is the one of the major factor, and according to this, we have to adopt the technology. We have to change our techniques. We have to check our steps, and because of climate change, the varieties are also not performing. So there is decline in productivity. So these all things can be addressed by precision farming and smart agriculture. And what is smart agriculture? They are a concept, and then smart agriculture is the amalgamation of precision agriculture, smart farming, and digital farming. And if we someone asks smart agriculture or tell me what are the things we have to do, so these are the things. So which is give the concept of smart agriculture. What are they? Real-time field mapping, real-time crop health monitoring, real-time livestock monitoring, real-time indoor farm monitoring, real-time fishery monitoring, real-time farm equipment monitoring, connected security and access control, real-time asset monitoring, real-time monitoring of weather conditions, and Internet of Things enabled unmanned vehicles robotics. And I think though everyone in here is a student and they are in BSc, and they are much aware about that now robotics is also a part of agriculture, but they are most widely studied in engineering, agriculture engineering. And nowadays, I think this is the day is not so far that robotics will be also included in the our agriculture syllabus or horticulture syllabus, because nowadays the labor force is so much low, and in Japan and China, it is in use. It is in use. Uh, they are taking the help of the robotics, but it is in the research mode, and they are getting good results. They are getting good results. So you have seen the one term real time field mapping. So this is the everything has to be collected, delivered in real time situation. Now, just now, because if we plant the crop, हो गया, सोइंग हो गया, सब कुछ कर दिए, अब हम चले गए, अभी जो क्रॉप पे पेस्ट लगा, अभी जो डिसीज सिम्टम्स अपीयर हुई, पर वी आर गोइंग बैक टू आवर फील्ड 2-3 days after, definitely the spread and the dissemination of that particular disease symptom or disease, and the seriousness of the disease, seriousness of the pest infestation have been increased. So this will make me or the farmer to apply pesticide fungicide, which has to be delivered in one time because of not going farms regularly, not checking it. I have to spray it for 3 times for 7 days interval or 10 days interval, depending on the uh, hardiness of that particular chemical. But if we spray, they retard the growth of particular crop species, and that particular time period is very much related to sunlight, air temperature at which the particular flower development and fruit development takes place, which is in an exponential growth. At that particular time, when insect and pest damage take place, and it is not addressed in real time situation, then definitely the yield reduces, even though the spraying is done. Because when we spray a chemical from outside, it has a retarding effect on the particular crop. So it retards the growth and retards the exponential rate of growth of that particular crop. So it has to be checked in real time situation. And nowadays the digital form is so much in measurely available. So all things are now in database data sets. Now the currency is the time, and if you time or data, if your data is lost, you have lost everything. So it is very much important to have to monitor. And now it is has been monitored by satellites, drones, robots, and nowadays drones are so much advanced, then they can do the insecticide spray or fungicide spray, but at the same time, they can, by clicking picture, they can identify that which patch area is so much infected or infested with pest, and that particular area require application or spraying purpose, they definitely go and spray that particular area. This situation is in practical, you can say that this is precision agriculture. If crop has infested with particular disease, particular pest, we have to spray all the farmland. Prevention, but it is not possible to go and particular find for all the field and you have to take a sprayer and no, this one plant is interested, other plants are good, so leave it at that. For the prevention purpose, we go and spray all, but you can say that there is so much cost is involved. In real time, if we detect that disease, that pest, then the less quantity and very reduced amount of insecticide or fungicide is required. So the cost on the input or the purchase of that particular insecticide and fungicide is lower side, and if we address it in real time, the losses will be much lower. Smart agriculture practices refers to all the practices used in smart agriculture, which may be tools, techniques, web applications, mobile apps, GIS, GPS, decision support systems, and implement handling techniques, which helps in increasing agriculture production, productivity, and with optimum resource utilization and lesser impact on environment. So here we can see mobile apps are there and GIS, geographic information system, and geographical positioning system. It is also very much great importance that if someone tries to do the survey, a government tries to do the survey that these farmlands has not been converted into not been used for the long time, and can we go for the vegetation or any kind of farming situation, then the government has to do the survey. The person will come with 4-wheeler and go that particular place, pick the device surveyor, and then do the survey. That is old school. Now, from the satellite and GPS system, they can find out how much vegetation area is available in the particular state, in a particular district, on a particular block, and that area is how much. Is it feasible to go for the large scale production of that particular crop, or it can be do in a cluster area? So it can be fine in just 2 to 10 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. Previously, it has to be taken a tour program. It has to go and find that particular area, uh, have to stay there, take photographs with photo that particular camera, sheet paper, match the latitude, longitude, so much 1 to 2, 3 months process. Now the technology is like that, and you can find it on with satellite images. We can exactly found that the particular vegetation area of that particular state, particular district, particular block, particular village, and by seeing that area, we can smartly decide that how can we go forward for the large scale plantation of any particular commercial crop in a uh, spreading manner or in a cluster manner. So this implies and this allows to adopt the technology and saves the time. Top 10 technologies in smart agriculture: satellite monitoring, soil plant sensors, mobile devices, smart zone seeding, autonomous robotics, weather modeling, smart micro irrigation, fertilizer modeling, Internet of Things, and intercompatibility and standardization. Satellite monitoring, just now I have previous slide I have mentioned that how it is done. And there are some sensors which gives the reading of the pH, soil moisture level, and which is very special, and some are critical to that moisture to the crop, particular crop or vegetable crop or any kind of crop, which gives that how much moisture should be there. And smart zone seeding. Smart zone seeding is that the seeding should be done in that particular area, and the seeding should not die. Seeding should be done that if it is sown, it has to germinate in. So the health and vigor of the seed is decided. And autonomous robotics, I just now mentioned before that in China and Japan, they are working on it, and they are getting good results. And it may come in the syllabus. Now the weather modeling and the fertilizer modeling, I can say there that it is like that. Suppose there is a package practices of particular crop that from this 10 days, this is the period of planting of particular crop, or you may say cauliflower or cabbage. These are the 10, from here the 10 days are the good time for planting, transplanting. If rainfall occurs 2 to 3 days and a waterlogging condition is there, then how you will give farmer that suggestion that, oh, don't worry, you can go for further window of 15 days, 10 days, it will not harm your productivity. How will you convince? In that case, this weather modeling, fertilizer modeling, softwares are there which do the weather modeling and fertilizer modeling, where they take the average of the weather data of last 100 years of that particular area, particular block where the crop has to be transplanted on that particular, on that geographical area, and every minute details of particular crop. First first leaf, two leaves emergence, seed germination, land condition, soil strata, when the first irrigation was applied, what was the first application of insecticide or pesticide or fungicide was done on that particular date, how many times it has been applied, or what was the dose of that particular fertilizer. It is like that doing reiki of particular crop, that when it was sown in the soil, what were the criteria and growth stages it has developed, and what were the number of days it took place to form the 4 leaf stage, 2 leaf stage, when the growth hormone and any kind of spray. When we do so much data set is there, then we can obviously get that window period, that if farmer misses that particular window period, that particular date of transplanting, that the transplanting is ready, that planting material is ready, but rainfall occurs, water or the manpower is not there, some unavoidable circumstances which allows him to delay the transplanting process. Then due to this technology and taking so much data sets, it is different for different crops. From potato, maize, wheat, paddy, it is available. And it is like that, we have the ideal conditions if the crop is transplanted in a particular ideal temperature, ideal soil condition, and it has been given ample irrigation, ample dose of fertilizer, right time application of insecticide, and the right time application of fungicide. If everything is done rightly at right time, then what crop has achieved in its yield or production, it has been mentioned and it has been created in that particular software, like the info crop model is there, DSET software is there, aqua crop software is there. These softwares have the models of particular crop, like mostly they are having the cereal crops like uh, wheat, barley, maize, paddy, sweet corn, and this set software, they have vegetable crops also, potato also, and cereals also. So they have collected data and they have that if the ideal conditions has been achieved, then maximum yield is this. So what were the criteria for that particular crop for taking the data? You can match with that and you can see when everything is done rightly, then you can change the particular weather pattern. Like you can see that if transplanting period is within 5 days, you can show that this date rainfall is there. So if we shift after 10 days, what will be the conditions? So it will give you a very good, near about 90% accuracy, 85 to 90% accuracy, that if you shift, then how much losses will be there, or how much period you have, that if you shift 10 days also, then the loss is not there. You can achieve so much, that much production potential that was prior to your planting dates. So this is the thing in weather modeling and fertilizer modeling. They are trying to do. Weather modeling is that we have to collect the weather data which is available and meteorology center, and we have to give application. But fertilizer modeling is that it is most important that fertilizer we are using inorganic. So we have to reduce the dose, that how much minimum dose is required that it will give good potential yield, and it will maintain the soil strata and organic matter and organic carbon, which will maintain the fertility gradient of the particular soil. If organic carbon of particular soil goes down, then in later part of the seasons, the soil, no, that particular soil is not good for farming, or it will not able to fetch good yield, because the or lack of organic carbon, the phosphatic fertilizers remain stuck in the soil. They are not available to the plant root zone. So here come and see that the market, how the precision farming and smart farming is influencing the market. Here we can say that the market will be accelerating, growing at current common annual growth rate of nearly 12%. And in 2017, it was 658.48 million. Now it has been grown at 11.45%. 41% of the growth will come from the Americas, because they are, and everywhere you have seen that if we talk about precision farming, smart agriculture, America, Canada, America, Canada, because their land holding is so huge, it's the use of mechanization in their farm is cheap, because it reduces the losses, wastage up to 50%, which enables them to catch the season rightly. They are not delayed in the season unless and until there is a cyclone or some other unnatural calamity. Otherwise, their farming and the market is so much in congruent that harvesting is done in on time. The next season farming or next season sowing of particular crop is also done, and it is in very simultaneous and a smooth manner because they are not waiting for the labor. Now the labor problem is not there because they have so much land holding. The use of mechanization and advanced vehicle like combine harvester and container carrying the fruits, those are harvested so much without man. They are getting very good and they maintain the cold chain like if they harvest the produce, it is minimum exposure of sunlight is there from harvesting from the field to the storage. Some where in some areas it has been seen that it is within uh, after harvesting within 2 to 3 hours it has been sent to the particular market or storage. So the all fruits and vegetables which are very perishable in nature, our food crops are also perishable in nature. When it is harvesting is done, they respire. Respiration causes physiological losses, and physiological losses also contributes in the yield reduction. So it is very important that when it is harvested, as quick as it is, should be stored to the storage place, particular storage place where it can be stored hygienically and their retarded respiration rate should be retarded. Or otherwise it should be going to the market as soon as possible. Now, where we can see the transformative discoveries for smart agriculture, you all know Internet of Things that can be embedded with technologies and software or sensors. Now, more than 8.3 million Internet of Things got connected every day, and it helps in connecting and exchange of data of other devices or systems via internet. So Internet of Things in agriculture, here we can see what can it can give us and what kind of data it produces, like diagnosis of diseases, variable rate of fertilizer, water stress, it can be detected, and field monitoring, any kind of pest infestation is or there or water stress is there, it can detect and give the signal to the particular sensor or farmer's mobile to now the time is for irrigation, now the time is for the fertilizer application. Smart data and crop yield analysis also is there. So the farmer is able to predict and get that the particular crop the which is standing in his field can give that much yield. So he has to work hard what kind of lacunas were there, and he can plan for future season or future season that how and what steps could be incorporated. And auto spreading you can see that via jet or drone application can be done of spraying of fertilizer, micronutrient spray. Today Internet of Things has many use cases in agriculture. Here you can see that a 13.8% annual growth rate is there, and it was recorded in 2022. So precision farming, it comprises and gives all data from different sensors, is accessible to the agriculturist on their mobile phones like farmers. Livestock management can also be done with the help of Internet of Things. Water management with automated irrigation like drip irrigation, sprinkler irrigation. Analyze soil status, temperature, and humidity, which is so much important that plays the important role of availability of nutrients, micronutrients to the plant root zone. And drones, it helps in health assessment, crop monitoring, crop spraying, planting and soil field analysis, just like other Internet of Things. Artificial intelligence. It is a science of instilling intelligence in machines so that they are capable of doing tasks that traditionally required the human mind. Artificial intelligence corporation is also there in agriculture, which is now very good and very trending. Still, research is in going on, and countries like Germany, Australia, USA, and Canada, but still they are in research or probation purpose, that still they are getting looking at what and how much utility can be there. Like machine mimics cognitive functions such as planning, learning, reasoning, problem solving, knowledge representation, perception. So it is a very complex kind of thing. And in agriculture, it is much more data and more replication is required, but it is giving good results. So it can be combined with robotics and computer vision. So artificial intelligence is make a boom in agriculture by uh, you can say by swiftly analyzing the symptoms of particular disease, any disorder, nutrient disorder. So it is gaining its space. Now, blockchain. It is a recent technological advancement with the potential or it is for addressing the challenge of creating a more transparent, authentic, and trustworthy digital record of journey that food and other physical products take across the supply chain. So this technology is, you can say that, traceability. The product you are using, the produce you are purchasing, where it has come from, what is the source of that product. You have that right to know. If you are purchasing custard apple, purchasing a dragon fruit, it is not grown in your area. It is growing in the terrains of Himalayas, like in Kishanganj area, in the Nepal Terai region. It is not grown in the plains. So how you will come to know that this particular fruit is, if that particular business or that shopkeeper is saying it has come from that particular district area, how you will know? It has to be authenticate to prove it with authority, to make it traceability, that if that person is telling you that this particular apple is from Kashmir, that this blockchain technology will provide you that this, where it has come from, it will give you the source, where you in the slide you can see that how it is taken, how it is, how it works. It is a like a QR code. If somebody scans that, then it will give the traceability from where it has come from, and it is a digital footprint. Nobody can edit it. When it is has been there, it is a, like a time footprint also, or digital footprint, where no one can edit it. So it is a very good kind of thing where the trust of that particular product can a farmer, can a customer like us, buyer like us, can rely on. And it works by mapping data, providing it to users along with the value chain simply by scanning a barcode. These barcodes are applied and linked throughout the value chain automatically by grading and sorting programs. So if someone tells that this is the Chausa mango, it should be applied. And it will give you the surety that does it is a Chausa mango, or it does it is has come from that particular farmer's field, or it has been from their, from business, from shopkeeper to shopkeeper. If that particular came from that UP area, that Uttar Pradesh area of the farmer of that particular field, or it has been taken from the North Bihar and it has come to the Patna and the Bhagalpur, and purchasing is going on, and in the name of the Chausa, on the name of the Amrpali. So it gives and reduces that and makes stops on false marketing. And blockchain in agriculture, there are 10 possible uses: overseeing farm inventory, enhancing agricultural supply chains, modernizing management software, agriculture technology, IoT optimization, fair pricing. Fair pricing because if the surety is there that particular variety has come from the Kashmir, specific to the Kashmir or endemic to the Kashmir or endemic to Punjab, endemic to Chandigarh, or endemic to Himachal, definitely the quality and the price of particular product will be higher and it will fetch good price because it has the proof. And you can also within a few seconds you can scan that barcode and you will get, then you will also know, feel shy that, oh, that product is from that Kashmir, or that particular product is from Himachal. I am ready to pay. This is the real product, real crop. Agriculture subsidies oversight, community supported agriculture, mobile remittance and small farmers, greater accountability for multinationals, and incentivizing sustainable products. Here you can see that mobile remittances and small farmers and the community supported agriculture. Nowadays, you have seen that some areas of India or particular states have unique product like Mircha Dhan in our state Bihar, Bhagalpuri Silk Chadar in Bhagalpur, Jardalu in Bhagalpur, that variety of mango, Chausa, that variety in UP. So you know that Chausa is a place in UP, and that Chausa is very late maturing variety of mango and is very sweetest variety of mango. If someone says that this mango is Chausa, how you will say that this blockchain gives you remedy, gives you a tool that no one can false play with you. If Mircha Dhan is from that West Champaran, it has been having a barcode on its cover, and you can easily scan and you will know that from which place it has been taken and how it has reached to you. If it is not from that particular place, definitely it is not that, because GI tag is also given to that particular Jardalu variety, Mirchadan variety. So it has that little bit higher pricing because the quality, that product process, because of the genetic as well as environmental factors of that particular place, which is not unique, which is unique in that in its own itself or for that place, which will not be similar to other places. That's why Jardalu taste of Bhagalpur area is unique in its own nature. That's why no one can false play if we use this blockchain in agriculture, and the real product, real variety can reach to farmers, buyers, and they have trust on that. Here you can see the robotics, how robotics is used in agriculture. Autonomous drones and the data they provide can help in crop monitoring, soil assessment, plant emergence, and population fertility, crop protection, crop insurance. Drones with AI-enabled vision processing capabilities are being used to assess the real situation on the condition of crops on ground. Here you can see in the picture that how the drone doing the spray, monitoring the crop, as well as harvesting the capsicum, here you can say, and detecting the plant analysis also. That person is wearing, it is a semi-robotic device. Autonomous swarms. Swarms, it is a group. You have heard that is similes, that in English similes, swarm of bees, school of fishes. If drones are multi drones are used and more than 2 to 3 drones are used, then they are termed as swarms. Autonomous swarms means they can do with their own swarm robotics plus blockchain. It is like that the drones, more number of drones, they are enabled with artificial intelligence and blockchain technology, which gives pesticide and fertilizer can be applied more sparingly, and planting harvesting can be done with individual attention to each plant. So here the prime objective is that from each plant the production potential can be taken, and each crop is monitored in a very better way. Artificial intelligence of things. These are a combination of Internet of Things and artificial intelligence. Devices empowered with the combination of artificial intelligence and Internet of Things can analyze data and make decisions and act on the data without involvement by humans. Here we can see in this picture that how the terminal obtains on code, how the work is going on, that take place, that artificial intelligence of things. The internet is the main base for which these two devices and two type of technologies work on, and where uh, human requirement is not there. They can easily analyze and take that when to light. If we feed that particular data, that light has to be on when the day's light goes down, then it automatically does the same. And is similarly in the field we have to feed the data, and some sensors will identify that the water stress is there. They definitely give the signal to particular device, and that device then give the signal to the irrigation sensors, which will allow to open the water sprinklers or water drip line for to irrigate the particular crop area. Now you know that precision agriculture and smart agriculture, the slides we are seeing, the discussion we are doing, the digital imprint, digital information, and a digital agriculture, you can say, now it has been taken on its way. Now you can say that no, what is digital agriculture? You are catching, you are delivering the data, you are getting information of weather report on your mobile. You are getting that weather report that is today or tomorrow is rainfall, so you are delaying your spray. You are getting that water stress there, then you press one button on your mobile or device, then irrigation starts. This is digital agriculture. So much data. Data, according multiple data collection leads to big data, and it is a combination of technology and analytics that can collect and compile novel data. Novel means new data, and process it in a more useful and timely that assists decision making. Decision making is that if you give you have you got you have adopted new technology. This you have done the farming. You are getting data. So you have some experience that this thing today I will not spray, and you are not aware of that prior to use of this technology, but now you are using. Then in some inner voice, in some other way, you are getting that experience. You can inculcate, you can modify your technology or methods in the next season. No, no, today I will not do this. This will make you decision making. This will make you realize that okay, I know, I got it. When clouds are there, rainfall is going to happen within 1 day or 12 hours. I have not to spray. Then you definitely do the next season. You will do these things prior. Prior means you will try to do spraying. You are not going to wait for that particular infestation. Low, let one plant go, one line go. This will make you aware that doing things precisely, doing things in more better way, you will be more aware about your field. This technology makes you data loaded, and this data, when you combine, it gives you some kind of result, some kind of output, which will enhance your decision making quality. Like you can see in the second point that it provides farmers granular data on rainfall patterns, water cycles, fertilizer requirements, and this enables them to make smart decisions. Like when you get the signal that fertilizer has to be applied or irrigation has to be done, you will go and see that particular crop area, that particular field. You will see the appearance, phenotype of the particular crop. Then you realize, this is the thing. That's why the crop is looking like this. If you do these things thrice, quadruple, then definitely you are getting and sensing that, okay, no. I don't want to wait for this moment. You see? Now I'm guessing and I'm not sensing that water stress is there. The sign is like this. So this will allow and modify your decision making, and you will act smartly and make your next season plan, next year plan more efficiently. Smart agriculture practices for higher farm resources is uses efficiency. Precision in seed sowing. Now here we can see the machine like equipment, how the seed sowing is done precisely. This is a pneumatic precise rice seeder and fertilizer applicator too. Effective seeding requires control over two variables: planting seeds at correct depth and spacing plant at the appropriate distance apart to allow for optimal growth. Precision seeding equipments are designed to maximize these variables every time. Precision in nutrient management. Smart fertilizers like microorganisms and nanomaterials. Nanotechnology is also involved, and now they are taking lead in the agriculture sector. Where smart fertilizers development with an emphasis on controlled release will synchronize nutrient availability with the plant demands, thereby reducing nutrient losses. So, phosphate reduction, reduce of absorption, reduction of phosphate absorption can be in reduced by 50 to 25%. And if we setting or complex forming of phosphate is reduced by 50 to 25%, so definitely the yield increases by 10%. Such like the smart micronutrients, the reduction in dose was up to 90%, which increases the yield by 15 to 20%. Here you can see in this picture that how it works. It improves the nutrient intake, improvement water holding capacity, sorry, improved soil quality, bioformulations, and plant productivity and health. Leaf color chart, it enables and allows farmers to detect the status of nitrogen in their paddy field, when to apply how much quantity of nitrogen or urea by matching the leaf color chart with the paddy leaf color, that at which stage how much quantity of urea application is required or it has not it is not required. See, here farmer is matching the leaf color and the color pattern. You can see here that what level of nitrogen is has to be given. If red light color is there, it is a critical condition needed to obtain advises that what quantity and how nitrogen should be applied. And extreme top, you can see that dark green gives the indication that excellent nitrogen management. Little lighter green need to be nitrogen supply improved, and it need to nitrogen supplied at yellow. It allows farmers to match the leaf color on their field, on their crop side, and give the information that now this is the time that this much amount of nitrogen or urea has to be applied. Otherwise, he doesn't able to know, and the crop reduction is there. Normalized vegetation difference vegetation index. It is a remote based sensing based sensor which can say 15 to 20% nitrogen. And here we can say that these are the numbers and how it is calculated. It is much of a scientific community. The farmers are not able to go in so much detail, but for research purpose, if we are going for precision farming, then we are getting and we can reduce nitrogen application by this technique also. It is very much so miraculous results in wheat as well as in rice, cereals crops, because it is a long standing crop, and in vegetables it is a short duration, and within a 60 to 100 days the vegetable crops are harvested, but the paddy and the wheat crops, they are long duration, so it is maintained used in efficiently. Here you can see that another aspect of precision and smart farming, that nutrient aspect. It is a decision support system software for improving crop yields. The International Plant Nutrition Institute, in collaboration with CIMIT, has developed this software, and its principle is that provides fertilizer recommendations by considering yield responses and targeted agronomic efficiencies along with contribution of nutrients from indigenous sources. Here we can see that decision support tools helps advisors develop fertilizer recommendations for a specific field or growing environment. International Plant Nutrition Institutes develop simple software based on the principles of site SSNM to help the advisors develop fertilizer recommendations for specific field or growing environment. Here, the software has developed for site-specific application of fertilizers or nutrients. Because site-specific is there, then definitely the quantity of that particular nutrient or fertilizer will be little bit lower as per the farmers used to apply. So it is a very good and smart approach, and it reduces the cost on fertilizer application. And SPED, soil plant analysis development, is a simple, quick, and portable diagnostic tool for monitoring leaf nitrogen status and improving the time on nitrogen top dressing in rice. Low cost chlorophyll meter and affordable for farmers. It is mainly used for monitoring the nitrogen leaf status and guide fertilizer nitrogen timing on irrigated rice. Rear deep placement. It is developed by International Rice Research Institute and IFDC, and the technique is made into briquettes of 1 to 3 grams. Briquettes is like pocket and are placed into 7 to 10 centimeters soil depth after the paddy is transplanted. This technique decreases nitrogen losses by 40 to 50% and increases urea efficiency by 50%. You all know urea is volatile in nature, but if we do this method and this kind of technique, then the losses reduction of urea can be minimized by 40%. And because if we're reducing, then definitely it is going to the root zone of the particular crop. So definitely the maximum use of nitrogen present in that particular urea is used, and which increases the yield by 25%. And it has been reported in the Singh and his co-workers in 2010. So here we can see that mobile-based and web-based services are also there, which like crop manager, crop doctor, they also used to give the data according to the crop fertilizer status, crop plant status, crop disease status, any kind of infestation is there. And they used to give information or signal on the farmers and agricultural science and services center. Sensor-based control. It is a locally installed sensors to automatically adjust irrigation timing to the exact temperature, rainfall, humidity, and soil moisture present in a given environment. And it is take a reading from the certain variables of the environment. A slight change in the uh, temperature of the wind or temperature of the sun, they are able to detect that what time it has to irrigate. If rainfall is there, they definitely the air temperature goes down, wind, cool breezes there. According to that, they react, and the sensors give the signal to the particular mobile or any IoT device of which farmers prevail. Here we can see this is also one of the most important and judicious use of water management, and it is one of the concept or component we can say of precision and smart farming. Here check basin, you can see check basin efficiency is 40%. Simpler sprinkler irrigation efficiency is 80 to 85%. IoT efficiency is more than 90%, and drip efficiency is 85 to 90%. And IoT is just like smart irrigation system using IoT, using Internet of Things. So here we see that application or irrigation is so much advanced that only we know that the sprinkler 80 to 85% or 85 to 90% drip. Now the device has come that they give the signal that which particular area or pocket of the area of the crop is in the stress of water or has the scarcity of water, and that particular has area has to be applied or channelized with the irrigation. So that device increases the efficiency of that particular region, that every crop reaches out and meets out their water stress. So that's why it is its efficiency is greater than 90%. So here we can see the impacts of the smart agriculture. There it reduces that national mission for micro irrigation. It was made in 2002, and it was the mission. And after development until now, there through that mission, what were the impacts it has? We can see in points that irrigation cost reduced by 20% to 50%, with average of 32.3%. Electricity consumption reduced by about 31%. 28% reduction in total fertilizer consumption in surveyed states, because while doing irrigation, we apply water soluble fertilizers. That's why we also use the term fertigation. So another separate use of fertilizer application by broadcasting or any other method, it doesn't require. If we are giving with fertigation, it has more good response to the crop in response in comparison to broadcasting method. And average productivity of fruits and vegetables increased by 42.3 and 52.8%. It has been reported and it has been cited in the research papers and in research also. If we judiciously use irrigation activity, definitely the crop production and productivity of horticulture crops increases. Overall income enhancement of farmers was in the range of 20%, 68%. It had an average of 48.5%, because the first point itself makes a synergistic effect, because the reduction of irrigation cost has prevailed and propelled the overall income of farmers. Weed and pest management practices. These are new generation herbicides which selectively affect assurance of selective effective control of weeds in the field crops. These herbicides are required in very low doses, and sorry, and herbicide resistant crops are also which are genetically modified, like for example, soybean, wheat, cotton have been engineered for glyphosate. So if we spray glyphosate and the crop is in there, but it has to be genetically engineered, that particular crop in that, then the weeds may die and the crops remain stand, and wheat-free cultivation in wheat-free situation, crop blooms and gives maximum yield to their potential. Resource conserving practices. This is the resource conserving practices because laser land leveling is one of the practice where the lands are leveled. Undulated topography is make it to the uniform level, which allows saving of 20 to 25% of irrigation water, and very uniform application of fertilizer and uniform availability of fertilizer nutrient to the root zone of the particular crop, which automatically propels the yield of the particular crop. Practices for higher productivity and profitability: organic farming, conservation agriculture, integrated farming system, and crop diversification. Precision development, PDCA cycle and cloud services in agriculture. Here we can see that PDCA cycle is that plan, do, check, act. If you are going for any kind of new technology, we have to go for the planning. What planning? How much it will cost? What plants, cultivation materials, what kind of human resources, what yield I have to get. Then do means workload. Work carried out, results, sharing information, farming equipment, agriculture chemicals, fertilizers, insect pests. Then check. What we have to check? Results of patrolling, status of plot, sensors, camera. It has to be checked. If the any of these miss out, then definitely we are not on the benefit side. Because if the sensors are not regularly checked and patrolling is not done, then the sensor will not give the right time, right data, not provide the information that when the water stress is there, then water should be applied, or rainfall is going to take place in within 1 or 2 days. So spraying should be done or spraying should not be done. So these are the plan, do, check, act. And after working on these three, now come to the action, plan modification, work details, work plan, how it has to be executed. So PDCA, it is the cycle that we have to plan our plan, working schedule or working cycle, that how it has to be implemented on the field. Then what and who means what work log I have to see. Then check the sensors, and then these are the core and cloud services in the agriculture in an advanced form, that if we keep things in these four things in mind, then definitely we are going to achieve the success and the benefits is on our side. IT mechanisms to support agriculture operation. These are the examples that I am trying to uh, inculcate. I'm trying to present here that so much topic discussion has been done, whether it is possible or not. Like it has been done, and you can see that it has been published in the research paper, and it can be done and it has been achieved also. So IT mechanisms, here you can say that input sensors is there, camera is there, work information, and collection and recording of data can be there. In it is keeping input. Input means we have to collect the data, and it has to be stored in storage, and that data we have collected can also give the visualization. When it is display or visualized, then we will get the clear picture that what analysis we have to go through, what were the fault detection, what were the frequently asked questions, what work model constructions are there, and which is beneficial, and farm checks. Farm checks means perform status, where the checkpoints are there, which will are the critical one, and accordingly analysis, then instruction. So this is the flow chart where if we go for the technology driven agriculture, then these kinds of data we have to restore, and with data visualization has to be done. Then after visualization analysis, we have to go through, and after analyze large amounts of data to provide information for performing optimal farming. Whether that analysis gives us that instruction that the farming is optimal or not, it is on the lower side, it is going on the lower side, or we are gaining exponential growth. This uh, flow chart gives that if we apply this kind of approach, then definitely we are going to get our results. And there are list of different smart agriculture practices like artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, that I have mentioned here, that technologies which app or mobile devices are nowadays giving. Like Plantix app is there. They use artificial intelligence. Kisan Suvidha app is also there, which use blockchain technology. Pusha Krishi, Internet of Things technology use Pusha Krishi app. GIS and use expert system, that nutrient expert, smart fertilizers, M-Kisan portal, sensors, websites are there, artificial internet intelligence, internet of things or big data, plant doctor app is there, and conservation agriculture and multi-layer farming, Kisan Raga motor controller. These are the other examples which devices and methods used by them. Smart agriculture practices in India. These were the generalized. These are the list of different smart agriculture practices. And the smart agriculture practices used in India, for India, that soil moisture and pH meter, pressurized irrigation, leaf color chart, smart agronomic practices, multi-layer farming, mulching, mobile web-based application, pneumatic plant. Now here we can see the timeline, past, present, future. Very good example. What was the past and what is the future, and at today's time, present situation, our farmer is so much confused by overwhelmed by the data, because he's getting so much data, he's confused that how to execute and implement the things. But if he goes for weather stations, goes with connected with the farming institutes and attending the webinars and know how the technologies, then these confusions can be eradicated. And you can see that at past that machinery and GPS training can be given. GMO crops in 1980s. In 19th century, the plow was used for cultivation. Now, in 1980s, GMO crop has come to the picture, and GPS tracking and machinery was used started from 2008, and now it has been, you can say, from here 1.5 decade. It has been like 16 years back that GPS tracking and machinery has been started. Now it is so common, you can find it everywhere. So it is a very good and smart approach, and farmers should rely on this. But they may get overwhelmed by the data. So much data is there, but they have to connect it with the field, connected with the institutions, so it will make easier for them, and they have to know how the technology. Otherwise losses will be there, they will not able to compensate. And the examples of satellites used precision agriculture and air application, here we can see that satellite name is EcoStress, which is used for UFO transpiration, TerraAster water management, Sentinel-1A was soil moisture, Sentinel-2 crop management, Epomodis crop yield, ComSat crop yield, Rapid Eye crop yield and soil water status, and GeoIon nutrient management. These satellites used for precision agriculture and air application. And examples of the platforms available for smart agriculture. Here we can say that PhytoPro, Telemetry 2, Senocetora, Crops, On Farm, Phytech, and Semios. In precision farming, greenhouse architecture, greenhouse also plays a major role, but in this case also smart greenhouse architecture diagram you can here see that smart greenhouse is also uh, proves gives the yield very exponentially. Now we can here see that the heaters, valves, pumps, vents, sprinklers, it is greenhouse actuators and greenhouse sensors, and data logger is there also, which senses the temperature, humidity, carbon dioxide, soil, light intensity, and pH. Previously, greenhouse was there. You can grow high value, low volume crops like capsicum, cucumber, zucchini. But now in a smart greenhouse, you can see the sensors. Now no person is allowed. No need of man force. These sensors is installed. They automatically sense the humidity less humidity, low carbon dioxide condition, or uh, relations. Fragmented lands limits the smart agriculture, needs expertise in handling devices, complete dependency on data and electricity, which is most important that laws and regulations, drones cannot be used everywhere. Border nearby areas cannot be, VIP areas cannot be allowed with drone application. So laws and regulations should be known. Weather is not in our hand. Fragmented lands limits the smart agriculture. That fragment land holding can be addressed if small land holding farmers can come together and make a cooperative. Then the land holding automatically gets bigger. Then mechanization can be incorporated. But the important thing is that complete dependency on data and electricity. The data that farmers have to be literate enough to understand the data and manage the data. It should not be got deleted. So that kind of knowledge, know-how, and education is required. And the devices are so complex, some expertise is required. These things limit our farmers and our some agriculture sector to adopt smart agriculture. But the farmers are doing great. Some farmers, progressive farmers, are taking training and are now able to use smart devices, but their numbers are small. But they has to be trained and give boost to them. It is very required. So now we come to the conclusion. In precision farming and smart agriculture allows the farmer to use crop inputs more efficiently, including fertilizers, pesticides, tillage, and irrigation water, because these all resources are non-renewable that has to be judiciously used. And more effective use of inputs means greater crop yield or quality without polluting the environment. Brings sustainability in crop production, and it is need-based application system. So precision farming can be practiced manually. It is a proven technology in improving crop yield under open condition. Precision farming techniques with a smaller data value are employed in horticulture and other under controlled conditions also. Vegetable production area. In Indian agriculture scenario, there is an enormous potential for employing precision techniques that generate discontinuous data, and the same can be used in increased returns. So the, we can say that the summary of this that the, our farmers know, but the thing is that the devices are so complex and so much, mm, we can say data is there, that a separate services should be there for the handling the data or maintaining the devices. Though it will again increase the cost. So the farmers should be literate enough, should be trained enough to know the use of complex devices, to able to use the data and implement and execute it on their field. And it is the time need of the hour that some areas like in Punjab, Haryana, and Western UP, in South also Kerala, Maharashtra, farmers are readily accepting the new technology and they are using it in their field, but the number is quite low. This has to be increased. Thank you all.